You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
It's bad. It's the toxic gases is bad. The level of lava that is coming out of that fissure is bad. The amount of volume of lava is bad. I mean, this whole thing is a bad situation.
This morning, lava is still spewing on the island of Hawaii and shows no signs of slowing down. Displaced families bracing for the worst. Marla?
We all know traffic could be really hectic here on the Suncoast, and it could cause many drivers to become stressful. But is that the only thing that is causing? I'll have a live report coming up on if Suncoast traffic is harmful for your health.
And 2 local animal shelters want to expand, and they need your help. We're going to tell you exactly what they need. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now.
Good morning, Monday, May the 7th. Glad you're awake already. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up with us. A little bit drier start to this week, right, John Scalzi?
Absolutely right. Yes, indeed. We have wind shifting out of the north, and the last remaining drops of rain from the weekend rain showers have now been pushed well out into the Atlantic. We're going to see clearing skies, lots of blue this week, lots of sunshine this week, and really not much of a rain chance at all. We'll watch fire danger begin to increase once again, though, even though we had those weekend showers. Temperatures across the region generally hugging around the 70-degree mark. Some places a little more, like Venice and Inglewood, where you have 71 and 72. Some places a little less, like you have in Bradenton and Lakewood Ranch with 68 and 69. But that's generally about it, running around 3 to 4 degrees cooler than 24 hours ago. And the reason is we're starting to get that little shift out of the wind, shift in the winds out of the north. And that's going to draw down that drier air. Should be a beautiful afternoon. A lot of sunshine around. 74 degrees by 9, 82 degrees by noon. And then as we head into the 3 p.m. time frame, 88 degrees. And by that time, you're going to feel that drier air filtering in. We'll have the details of the week's forecast coming up in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. This is a live look right now at 301 and University. Busy spot during the morning commute right now. Not too bad. Traffic flowing nicely as we look at the scene from Sarasota County, traveling into Manatee County. Easy flow so far. We'll check back every 15 minutes. Let's check the maps right now. First off, in Manatee County, we'll find out a little blip there on Cortez eastbound as you head back toward 14th Street West. Otherwise, not much other red on the screen right now. Farther south, we'll see an issue there on, looks like Bee Ridge Road as you head away from the interstate from Cattleman toward Honore. And then our final maps to the south, we'll check that. And we do see some activity already on 41 in both directions down by the Charlotte and Sarasota county lines.
Continuing overnight, activity at the Kilauea volcano in Hawaii continues. Lava shooting over 200 feet in the air. This morning, at least 30 buildings have now been destroyed. Most of them are homes. Now, scientists warn the situation could get worse before it gets better and could go on for weeks. Hundreds of these small earthquakes also continue to rock the area. Even a magnitude 6.9 quake, that's the largest to hit Hawaii in more than 40 years. So far, at least 1,800 people have now been forced to evacuate their homes.
New information this morning from President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, who talked with ABC News about the hush payment to Stormy Daniels. Giuliani says he wasn't sure when the president knew about the payment, but he also said there's a possibility of more payments to other women.
I have no knowledge of that, but I would think if it was necessary, yes.
And as for the Russia investigation, Giuliani says if the president is asked to testify, he may not comply.
Well, today is National Melanoma Day. It's one of the most fatal forms of skin cancer. As a reminder, as the summer approaches, be careful in the sun and with tanning in general, especially here on the Suncoast. Always make sure that you put on that sunscreen and wear protective gear like sunglasses, hats, and visors. And as you get ready for work this morning, maybe throw on something orange in honor of National Melanoma Day. And kicking off today is Economic Development Week. Manatee County is taking part by offering open houses, a downtown exhibit, and a county commission proclamation. Now, the county says economic development focuses in 3 main areas. First, policies that include inflation control. Second, encouraging higher employment. And third, creating sustainable growth. Now, building highways, managing parks, and providing medical help to the disadvantaged. and also to help improve businesses. Now, for a full list of all of this week's events, just head online to mysuncoast.com.
New developments this morning on the use of those vape pens after one may have sparked a fire, killing a St. Petersburg man. The cause of death of this 38-year-old is still under investigation, but police say it could end up being the first death nationwide from a vape pen. FEMA says there were nearly 200 reported explosions through a 7-year span. In some cases, lithium batteries overheated and ignited, turning them into flaming rockets.
It's like having a small or, a little larger than a firecracker in your hand, and it can explode.
Experts say if you're using one of these devices with a lithium-ion battery, make sure you use the charger it came with and never leave the device charging while you're asleep or out of the house.
Well, lifeguards needed. That's a message from Sarasota County beaches and pools. They've had a sharp decline in job applicants for lifeguard positions. The county says they've experienced a drop in applicants over the last 4 years or so. In an effort to raise that number, they have now raised the hourly rate for beach lifeguards to $12 an hour. Now, if you are interested, you have to be able to swim at least 14 laps in the pool. You also have to have lifeguard certification. That includes CPR, first aid, and of course, rescue skills.
If you'd like to help homeless animals on the Suncoast, there are 2 animal shelters looking for your help. Nate's Honor Animal Rescue in Lakewood Ranch is working to raise $8 million for an expansion that will allow it to take in 50% more dogs and 25% more cats. Also, Bishop Animal Shelter, another no-kill shelter, is also announcing plans for an expansion, hoping to double its number of dog kennels to more than 100.
We are a no-kill shelter, so it takes some of our animals longer to get home. So the more space we have, the longer we can allow these dogs to wait to find their new owners.
If you want to help, head to our website, mysuncoast.com, for more information. Still ahead, first alert traffic and
an amazing story of survival for a family who had lost hope after a freak accident involved their little boy. We're going to have this story when we come back.
But first, a peek outside our window. Pretty shot out there. That's the Rosemary District. Nice day on tap, John?
Yeah, absolutely, Ray. We're looking at some clearing skies. We're looking at some lower relative humidity and your drive time forecast. Clean as a whistle, really. None of the inclement weather boxes checked today. It's all smooth sailing weather-wise anyway. Low 70s for the trip out. On the way back home, mid 80s. And all the airports serving Sarasota International running on time, according to the FAA. We'll have your complete forecast in about 3 minutes.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at a changing weather pattern over the course of the next several days. In fact, even over the course of the next few hours, we'll start to see that weather pattern begin to establish itself here on the Suncoast. We're watching winds shift out of the north, a frontal boundary sinking southward, and some drier air moving in. By 9 a.m., we'll hit 74 degrees. We'll have a few fair weather clouds out there, but nothing that's going to produce much in the way of weather. 82 degrees by noontime, and I think we'll have a lot of sunshine by then. And as we head into the afternoon, 88 degrees by 3 p.m., rain-free conditions. And I think you'll notice the humidity starting to drop as we head into the afternoon. Sunset tonight looks like it's going to be beautiful. Look for about 82 degrees by 7 p.m. Lots of sunshine out there. A very, very clear blue, deep blue sky establishing itself so that sunset will be really nice later on. Dew point values coming in at around 67. We've dropped a degree in our dew point value. Winds are being reported as calm right now at the reporting station at Sarasota International. 68-degree air temperature, but well, many places have already seen the wind starting to shift to the northwest, and we have reports of that at independent weather stations. 69 degrees in Wauchula, Mayaca at 69, 68 degrees in Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch at 69. In Sarasota, 68 degrees, 71 in Venice, 72 in Inglewood, 72 Longboat Key, 72 in Northport, 73 in Punta Gorda. The effects of that northerly wind that we've seen during times overnight have already started to bring in some of that drier air in northern parts of the viewing area as the frontal boundary continues to press southward. We'll continue to watch that front sink south, and as it does so, drier air filter in. This is the water vapor imagery. It's not showing you cloud cover so much as it's showing you the moisture in the atmosphere, the swirls and motions aloft, where the dry air is, where it is not. There's still some rain showers out here in the Atlantic under these turquoise colorizations, but where the air has turned dry at mid and upper levels, as is indicated here by the tan colors, you're not going to find any rainfall. You're going to find plenty of sunshine as dawn breaks, especially to the northern parts of the state and through north central Florida. Weather highlights include double-barrel low-pressure areas sinking southward over the next several days, bringing us some very pleasant conditions. The first front continues to press south. That's the one with the cloud cover I just showed you. The second one will be moving through here, but you'll hardly notice it. It just reinforces the dry air that this first front puts in place. It will, however, produce a few scattered showers in and around the Atlanta airport today, though nothing severe. Winds out of the north draw down that drier air, so warm and sunny today, lower relative humidity, and maybe some better weekend rain chances as another system approaches and moisture begins to increase and we start to see the wind shift a little bit. Yeah, by the weekend, the humidity will be back, and I think you'll notice it. As far as the boating conditions go today, should be pretty nice, just it's going to be a little bit breezy. Keep that in mind, boaters. Northwest wind coming in at about 10 to 15 will bring you a moderate chop on your bay and inland waters with 2 to 3 foot seas. Forecast for today looks great. 88. Tomorrow the same, even drier. Wednesday, it's going to be hot this week. We'll have temperatures near the 90 mark for several days in a row, maybe even hitting the 90 mark. And then as we head into the weekend, we'll look for that rain chance to come back in the forecast. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic out there this morning. Right now in Manatee County, those roads are running pretty smooth. Not too much to see right there. Starting to see some congestion as you come over the bridges and into Bradenton area. Other than that, that's about all that's going on in Manatee County. Let's move it on to Sarasota County. Starting to see a couple hot spots like normal. University Parkway as you come off of 75. Also Fruitville and Bee Ridge right after you come off of 75. Those are starting to get a little bit more congested as the morning gets on. Heading a little bit farther south into the area, those roads are looking still pretty decent. If you're heading south on 75 or south on 41, both of those are looking pretty okay around this time in the morning. It is 6:15 and that is your first alert traffic. Well, speaking of that morning commute, for many, just those words alone are enough to raise your anxiety and your blood pressure. But how much does it really affect your health?
Marla Spence has an answer. She is live at State Road 70 with details of this story. Marla.
Good morning, guys. We all know sitting in heavy traffic, getting cut off by another driver, or even aggressive drivers can cause your heart to start racing when trying to get to point A to point B. Of course, this could cause stress, but could it also be wreaking havoc to your health? We spoke to Dr. Chippy Nalori with the Sarasota Memorial Hospital. She's a cardiologist there, and she says although there are no studies that are directly linked to the stress and to heart disease, she says stressful situations could cause the heart to work overtime in those with higher resting heart rates. She says a normal resting heart rate should be anywhere between 50 to 70 beats per minute. And coming up in the next half hour, Dr. Nalori will be explaining who is at risk for these higher resting heart rates and also how to manage these resting heart rates and how you can manage your health all while staying safe on the roads. Reporting live in Manatee County, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. An amazing story this morning of a boy from Alabama literally back from the dead after a freak accident.
His parents and doctors had given up and began preparing for his funeral. As Candace Gibson tells us, some call this a medical miracle.
For 13-year-old Trenton McKinley, playing with his remote control cars is one of the only things he can do right now.
I think a lot more before doing stuff now.
His mother, Jennifer, says she's just thankful he's alive. 2 months ago, Trenton was at a friend's house, sitting in a small utility trailer like this one while being pulled by a dune buggy.
I flipped, and I hit the concrete, and the trailer landed on top of my head. After that, I don't remember anything.
Trenton was rushed to the hospital. He had 7 skull fractures.
And all I saw was a stretcher with his feet. They actually stapled that side shut so they could get him back breathing, but he was dead a total of 15 minutes. When he came back, they said he would never be normal again.
For the next several days, Trenton was brain dead and barely breathing. His parents faced with a difficult decision. They signed the papers to donate his organs.
5 kids needed organs that matched him, and it was unfair to keep bringing him back because it was just damaging his organs even more.
But a day before doctors were set to pull the plug, Trenton started coming back.
I was walking down. It was more like an open field, walking straight. There's no other explanation but God.
Slowly but surely, Trenton is making strides beyond what anyone expected.
All right. He's a miracle, and he just amazes everybody. Every day he gets more and more.
And despite all that, the young kid still has a great sense of humor.
I said I could turn my head sideways and put salsa in there and eat chips and dip out of my head.
Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
Didn't see that one coming.
No, I didn't either.
All right. What a comeback that is. 6:19 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Actress Allison Mack from CW's Smallville show is facing sex trafficking charges. And new this morning, information on a doctor affiliated with this alleged cult.
After a humid and rainy weekend, should see a nice Monday. Here's a peek outside. John Scalzi's forecast on the way right here on Good Morning Suncoast.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G-Freed has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G-Freed Flooring America. G-Freed Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves him green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
At 6:22, here's a live look. Pretty shot there of Miami Beach out in southeast Florida.
Looking beautiful out there. Another gorgeous day for us on tap as well. Let's take a look at home. We have a nice shot as dawn is breaking here on the Suncoast. You're waking up with Good Morning Suncoast. Thanks for being with us this morning.
It is graduation season, and there is one today for University of South Florida's Sarasota Manatee campus. 350 graduates will be at the Bradenton Area Convention Center. That's just off US 41 in Palmetto. Today's graduation begins for them at 6:30 p.m.
Well, not just a milestone, but a Mick milestone. A Wisconsin man is in the Guinness Book of World Records today for eating his Big Mac number 30,000. That's right, folks, 30,000 Big Macs. Now, he has eaten at least one almost every day since 1972. This man right here, Don Gorski, has even kept about 6,000 of those boxes over the years from all the Big Macs that he's eaten. Most of them, interestingly enough, are still actually in mint condition. And yes, here's the most important part of this story. In case you're wondering, he says both his cholesterol and blood pressure are normal. He even weighs 5 pounds less than he did 5,000 Big Macs ago.
Well, there's the biggest surprise there, I think.
Right, I think so too. Well, Smallville actress Allison Mack is facing sex trafficking charges involving an alleged cult.
Yeah, new developments this morning from ABC's Candace Gibson.
In this morning's GMA First Look, actress Allison Mack coming face-to-face with reporters outside federal court, avoiding questions as she faces sex trafficking charges in connection with the self-help organization NXIVM.
When I first came, I had on the surface something that seemed to be like the perfect life or a pretty good life.
A group she once promoted in videos like this. Mack appearing in court for a pretrial hearing seated next to Keith Raniere, said to be the leader of the mysterious group. Both Mack and Raniere have pleaded not guilty to their charges. Raniere's attorney says NXIVM members aren't forced into joining.
Women joined of their own volition, for their own reasons, and as part of what they felt they wanted to sort of accomplish.
And coming up at 7 o'clock, we'll have the details about the new investigation involving a doctor said to be affiliated with the group. With your GMA First Look, I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
This is my body of proof.
Proof of less joint pain.
And clearer skin.
This is my body of proof that I can take on psoriatic arthritis.
With Humira.
Humira works by targeting and helping to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to both joint and skin symptoms. It's proven to help relieve pain, stop further joint damage, and clear skin in many adults. Humira is the #1 prescribed biologic for psoriatic arthritis.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Want more proof? Ask your rheumatologist about Humira.
What's your body of proof?
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live. I live. She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC 7 News app. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
It was bionic, really orange, splattering at first about 4 feet tall,
The highest splatter I saw personally was about 60 feet tall.
This morning, residents in Hawaii able to temporarily return home to grab whatever they can. For many this morning, there is nothing left as that lava continues to grow.
And while you're waking up, a manhunt is underway this morning for the armed robber who held up this Waffle House just off State Road 64. Find out what he told the cashier. Marla?
And we all know traffic could become really hectic here on the Suncoast and cause some major stress for some commuters here on the Suncoast. But is that all that it's doing? I have a live report on if Suncoast traffic is impacting your health. Your Suncoast News starts now.
Good morning to you. It is 6:30. Thanks for waking up with us on Good Morning Suncoast. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. I was that guy on Saturday night at a restaurant, pouring rain outside. I said, John Scalzi had said it would rain like this.
He's right.
Took off my shoes and socks, rolled up my pants, and walked to the car.
That's how he comes to work every day, folks.
That's right. You called it, John.
But the important thing is, did you take an umbrella?
I did.
Ah, beautiful.
I did.
Done, sir.
Thank you.
Weather salute. You have temperatures that are beginning to get a little bit more comfortable, I think, as we see a wind shift that'll draw down some drier air. Cooper, our youngest weather watcher in Sarasota, reports 70 degrees at his house. Al in Northport coming in with 68. And Becky in Old Myakka are traditionally one of the cooler spots. She reports in at 61 degrees, picked up 1.25 inches of that precious rainfall over the weekend. So it was nice to see. I wish it wasn't over the weekend, but it was, and we may have some more rain coming up this coming weekend. We'll be discussing that in a few minutes. We have a front that's sinking southward across the region. That front bringing a little bit of cloud cover and some rain showers out in the Atlantic, but not for us. For us, we stay dry. As we head into the afternoon, I think temperatures which are currently hovering around the 70 mark will climb warmer than we saw yesterday, up to around the 88, 89 degree mark, pretty close to 90 actually. And in fact, a couple of days this week, we may even hit 90. Again, we'll cover that in detail in just a few. 74 degrees by 9 a.m. by 12 noon, 82 and full sunshine and less humid conditions, but warm as we head into the 3 p.m. hour. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Here's a live look out at the 301 and University Parkway intersection, a busy spot throughout the morning commute. That's also the county line between Sarasota and Manatee right now, flowing smoothly at 6:32. Let's check the maps. First alert traffic showing the Manatee County first off, and we'll find out there are some small delays in both directions on State Road 70, particularly eastbound as you get over to 301. Otherwise, pretty clear so far. Checking farther south, we'll find out that there is some buildup there on Fruitville, eastbound from Honore toward Cattleman. Also Clark Road, eastbound as well, down there by Lockwood Ridge. And then our final maps for the south will indicate that we do have a little delay there on 41 southbound as you approach Murdoch in Charlotte County. This morning, a developing story in Manatee County where a manhunt continues for an armed robber. Deputies say a man wearing a hooded sweatshirt and a ski mask held up the Waffle House just off State Road 64 near I-75 about 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon. There were no customers inside, fortunately. The robber ordered the 3 workers on the floor. Deputies set up a perimeter, but they still have not found him. We spoke with the server who wouldn't appear on camera. She opened the register for the robber. She says he pointed a gun at her and told her she had 5 seconds to get the money or he would shoot. He got about $400. If you can help, call Crime Stoppers. The number on your screen, it's 866-634-TIPS.
And an update this morning on the man arrested for firing several rounds into a downtown Sarasota apartment. He had posted bond. However, 25-year-old Ryan Flanzer is now being held involuntarily by police under the Baker Act. Now, we spoke to a criminal defense attorney who expects him to be held for at least the next 48 hours under mental health examination. He's accused of shooting into an unoccupied apartment in downtown Sarasota on Saturday night. Police spent hours searching for him, eventually tracking him to the Westin Hotel, where they say he gave himself up.
We are following both of these developing situations in Sarasota and Manatee County closely. We'll keep you updated with new developments as they come into our newsroom. For the latest updates, go to our app. You can find it in the App Store under WWSB or under My Suncoast.
Well, at least 30 homes on Hawaii's Big Island have now been destroyed. 1,800 people have so far been evacuated as lava from the Kilauea volcano eruption continues to flow towards neighborhoods. And as John Lawrence reports this morning, people are bracing for more potential problems.
The lava rolled over Hawaiian neighborhoods like a slow-rolling ocean wave.
It was bionic, really orange, splattering at first about 4 feet tall. The highest splatter I saw personally was about 60 feet tall.
Toxic gases are permeating the air, and officials say the volcano isn't showing signs of slowing down.
There's nothing to say that it can't develop some additional pressure and push beyond Leilani Estates to the east tip of the island.
About 1,700 people from Leilani Estates were forced to evacuate. They were allowed to return briefly on Sunday to grab belongings, and for some, it might be the last time they see their neighborhoods. At least 26 homes are destroyed so far.
My neighbor Larry, his house is burning down, so it's real. It's hitting, but it's okay.
The American Red Cross has opened emergency shelters as residents wait to find out their fate.
We're all standing on the perimeter wondering and hearing conflicting stories, and it just makes people more upset and more anxious, and you know, we don't need that level of anxiety to be any higher.
I was 5 years away from retirement with the house paid for, and retirement is nowhere near in the future now if this is what's playing out.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, it is no secret that traffic gets a little hectic here on the Suncoast. Some of the intersection hot spots around the area can have close to 60,000 cars traveling through them throughout the day.
And that can cause some headaches. Your commute could be bad for your health. Marla Spence has details of the story from one of the busier spots on State Road 70. Marla?
Good morning, guys. As you can see, US 301 and State Road 70 is quite busy this morning. Usually during morning commutes and even rush hour commutes, traffic tends to be heavy and it could cause some stress among Suncoast drivers. But is this all that it could be doing? Dr. Chippy Nalori, who is a cardiologist with Sarasota Memorial Hospital, tells us many drivers usually get an increase in heart rate when feeling under stress when driving. She says an increase in heart rate is normal, but what may not be too normal is an increase in heart rate of those who already have a high resting heart rate. She says a normal resting heart rate is anywhere between 50 to 70 beats per minute. And Dr. Nalori says people who tend to spend most of their time in their cars are usually at risk for higher resting heart rates and high blood pressure. She tells us higher resting heart rates are associated with cardiovascular death. Dr. Nalori says this can all be turned around with a few minor health changes.
Increased physical activity definitely makes an impact to lower our heart rate, which is favorable. That's what we want. And obviously, healthy diet.
And tonight at 6, I will have a special report on if Suncoast traffic is causing any type of harm to your health. We took 3 everyday Suncoast drivers, took them to SMH, hooked them up to heart monitors, and at 6 o'clock tonight, you'll see the results of all 3 Suncoast drivers if, in fact, Suncoast traffic is causing any harm to their health. Reporting live in Manatee County, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. Meantime, a construction warning for drivers in Bradenton all this week. Fairfax Drive East will be closed at the intersection of 45th Street East. The closure is part of the 45th Street East roadway improvement projects, and they are in depth here. A bridge deck at Gap Creek will be widened to accommodate additional lanes. 2 pedestrian bridges will be built to provide pedestrian sidewalks. Access to the existing fire station will be improved with an emergency traffic signal. And traffic signals will be added at the intersection of 45th Avenue East and 45th Street East. Construction is expected to be completed by the summer of 2019.
And new details this morning on the downtown Venice roadway project. Thanks to a rebid that decreased the price by over $3 million, that project may be getting underway a lot sooner than expected. Work was supposed to start this month, but the cost of the work had come in over budget and put things on hold. Tomorrow, the Venice City Council is expected to vote on a new contract with a Naples company that would cover everything from roadway reconstruction of West Venice, West Miami, and West Tampa Avenues to stormwater upgrades to sidewalks, now being able to accommodate those with disability. Those are also going to be put in along with updated landscaping.
A Lakewood ranch boy has been through more adversity than most adults you'll ever meet. This is little Weston Herman. He's endured 2 brain tumor surgeries and plenty of chemotherapy. His biggest wish, he told me, is that other kids don't have to go through what he's gone through. Weston says he's looking forward to this Friday's 13th annual Dick Vitale Gala. It raises funds for pediatric cancer research. He says Vitale helped him through some of the darkest days he's had.
He's always like talking and describing things that he's done and just speaks a little loud.
Weston's last MRI in February showed no evidence of tumors. That gala is Friday at 7 o'clock and tickets are still available. You know, I've had a chance to profile some of these young cancer survivors. It's been a life-changing thing for me to meet these little guys and girls.
I can imagine. And you'll be at the gala on Friday night, correct?
I've had a chance to go to most of the galas, and it's always so emotional and
absolutely. The stories and how well-spoken he is for his age, being able to describe that he doesn't want anyone else to go through it.
I asked him an extra question. He started to tear up. I thought, oh, this is heavy stuff here. Yeah. All right, 6:40 right now.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert traffic and weather, and
it's Hurricane Preparedness Week and what you need to know to stay ahead of the storm when we come back.
But first, let's take a live look outside to, oh, that is beautiful, Miami Beach out there this morning. Going to be another beautiful day as well. How about right here on the Suncoast, John Scalzi?
Yeah, pretty nice for us. I tell you, it's going to be a warm one, though, and the beach is probably the place to be. The UV index today will top out at about a 10, so lather up. We're looking at 88 degrees for a temperature. With these warm temperatures comes the increasing threat of fire danger, and in fact, yesterday, the fire danger risk was not all that great. Well, today, we're back up into the very high category in both Manatee and in Charlotte County, everybody else in the high category. We'll have the forecast for you, including the next chance for rain showers, coming up in just a few.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Hey kids, come learn baseball from the pros. The Bradenton Marauders are hosting baseball camp on June 5th, 6th, and 7th at Lecom Park. Boys and girls ages 6 to 14 will learn the fundamentals of hitting, pitching, and fielding from Marauders coaches and players at Lecom Park. Your camp fee includes a t-shirt, lunch daily, and 1 ticket to the Marauders games on these nights. To sign up, go to BradentonMarauders.com by May 14th. Sponsored by ABC7, your Suncoast News. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So as you'll hear in a moment, all week long is Hurricane Preparedness Week, and here's what I'd like you to do today. 1, know your evacuation zone. Know if you're in one and at what level you would have to evacuate, Hurricane 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'll post that information on how to find it by typing in your address at my Facebook page, John Scalzi ABC7. Go there. It'll give you a link. You click on the link. It'll take you right to a page where you type in your address, and it'll tell you your evacuation zone. Also, know your home. What strength is your home? How safe or unsafe would it be in a hurricane? And at what level of hurricane would your home become unsafe? Call your insurance company, ask them for a hurricane mitigation inspection specialist, and they will give you a list of names. Choose whichever one you like, and for a reasonable amount of money, they'll come out there, they'll inspect your hurricane bracing, they'll inspect whether or not your air conditioners are tied down appropriately. They'll inspect everything you need to know about how safe your home might be in a hurricane and what you could do to perhaps beef up the strength of your hurricane, your home a little bit for a reasonable amount of money. We're looking at a temperature of 74 degrees by 9 a.m., by 12 noon, 82 degrees by 3 p.m., 88. Plenty of sunshine right straight through that time period, and we'll look for lower relative humidity settling in as well. 82 degrees and a beautiful sunset by 7 p.m. We'll look for very dry air, blue skies in the background, and plenty of sky color, I think, with the setting sun tonight. 67 our dew point, falling already this morning. Calm winds being reported, but they have a general bend out of the north, and we've seen that northwest wind throughout the area overnight. That will continue throughout the day today. 68 degrees our air temperature. Dew points will fall, making it feel more comfortable, even as local temperatures, which are generally around the 70-degree mark, climb up to near the 90-degree mark today. Not quite, but maybe in inland areas we might see, Highlands County might see a 90 or 2. But I think generally speaking, we're looking at mid to upper 80s for today. We may hit 90 this week, though, as this frontal boundary continues to press south. Drier air filters into our region. That means lots of sunshine, and that sunshine will work to kind of modify our atmosphere over several days, warming it up and bringing us that drier air. Nothing here in the way of any kind of potential for any kind of development, tropically speaking. It's going to be a quiet week, tropically speaking, obviously. Dry air in place across the region, aloft indicated on our water vapor imagery here, leading to rain-free conditions and sunny skies. We have kind of a double-barrel low-pressure area, one off the Atlantic coast and a trailing cold front carving its way through Florida right now, as we speak, through our area. High pressure building in back behind it, providing us with that northerly wind. And a second frontal boundary located to the north with a low pressure area that'll produce some rain showers in and around the Atlanta region today. That frontal boundary sinking southward will move through here, and you'll really hardly even notice it this week. It'll just reinforce the dry air in place. We'll look for a daytime high today. The top's out mild, but winds will be up, bringing in that drier air northwest at about 10 to 15 this afternoon, so boaters watch for that. Warm today at 88, same thing tomorrow. Warmer still midweek, I think, with a couple of days pretty close to or above the 90-degree mark in many locations on the Suncoast. And then as we head into the weekend, humidity will start to climb on Friday, and we'll work in a rain chance once again for Saturday and Sunday. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic out there this morning. The roads are starting to build up just a little bit more, starting to see some of that early morning congestion that we normally see around this time of the day. Right there, 301 and State Road 70 is one of your usual hot spots. The roads are starting to get a little bit more busy around this time of the morning. If we're heading into Sarasota County, those roads are not looking too bad, but we do see a couple of the hot spots that we normally see. University Parkway, Fruitville, and Bee Ridge, all as you're coming off of 75 and onto those roads. Starting to see a little bit of slowdown right there. A little bit farther south in the area, if your commute includes Port Charlotte or Punta Gorda later on this morning, as of right now, those roads are looking pretty decent. Just a couple hot spots there on 41, but nothing to be real concerned about. 648, that was your first alert traffic.
Oh, pretty shot there at the White House. Beautiful. Right down there.
Gorgeous out there. And of course, Melania Trump, the First Lady, she's going to be doing a speech today. She's going to unveil what her platforms are later on this morning.
You can see the Washington Monument in the background there.
Yes, you can.
Beautiful. 6:48 right now, happening today. The Hurricane Hunter planes are making the rounds this week, starting in Texas and winding down the week Friday at the airport in Lakeland. It's all part of National Hurricane Awareness Week. 2 planes will be making stops in the states around the Gulf of Mexico. If you can make it to Lakeland, it's Friday from 2 to 5. You can tour the plane and talk to the pilots. Hurricane season starts on June the 1st.
Well, yesterday was the official start of Hurricane Preparedness Week, so here are a few of the top storm safety tips that you need to know. First, if you are forced to leave your home and have to stay in a hotel, make sure you head to an internal room, such as a stairwell. Second, bring some extra cash. ATM machines could run out of bills or even go down if the power goes out. Third, stick to carry-on luggage only if you're traveling. That way your valuables won't get lost in that shuffle of canceled or even delayed flights in some cases. And never try to ride out the storm if there is an evacuation order in place. And then stock up on bottled water, water purification tablets, and of course your basic first aid items.
6:49 right now, still ahead. Your top 7 headlines before 7 o'clock.
And that, of course, includes a look at your first alert weather and traffic as you get ready for the day. And speaking of traffic, you're taking a live look out right now to 301 and University Parkway, one of those busy intersections as the morning gets underway.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
I need medical exams, things like that.
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back. It is 6:53, and here are your top 7 before 7.
First off, John Scalzi's First Alert forecast.
Yeah, I've got 3 takeaways for you this morning. The first is it's going to be a sunny, warm, but dry day. In fact, lower relative humidity for several days in a row. And then as we head into the weekend, then maybe we will see some showers return into the forecast. Those are your takeaways. Back to you.
All right, number 2, checking first alert traffic right now. We'll check the roads and find out nothing too major right now. So far, so good. Of course, that'll change as the morning progresses. Number 3 now, Marla Spence, who's talking traffic in Manatee County.
And we all know Suncoast traffic could become hectic. Intersections like this one could see up to 60,000 cars, and that could cause some stress on Suncoast drivers. But is that all that it's doing to Suncoast drivers' health? Coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, we're going to be having a special report on if Suncoast traffic is wreaking havoc on your health.
Number 4, 30 homes on Hawaii's Big Island have been destroyed. 1,800 residents evacuated as lava continues to flow toward neighborhoods.
Number 5 this morning, a manhunt continues in Manatee County for an armed robber. Deputies say a man wearing a hooded sweatshirt and a ski mask held up the Waffle House just off State Road 64 near I-75 about 5 o'clock Sunday night.
Number 6, this week is the start of the Hurricane Preparedness Week. We'll have tips all this week to help keep you safe ahead of the storms.
And finally, number 7, who's the world's strongest man? This guy right here. And if you watch HBO's Game of Thrones, you might recognize him. He's called the Mountain on the show because, guys, he's literally that big. He won the annual World's Strongest competition down in the Philippines over the weekend. He's 29-year-old. In real life, his name is Hafthor Julius Bjornsson. He competed in feats of strength that included pulling a bus with his bare arms. He's going to be in the final season of Game of Thrones that starts next year, but right now he's just, you know, winning World's Strongest Man competitions. How did you guys do? I know you guys were headed down there to also take part.
They call me the anthill.
The ant.
No mountain here.
I don't want to brag, but I pulled a bicycle.
You pulled a bicycle?
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
I pulled a hamstring.
Very good. Ray Collins, give me 5 on that. Excuse me. That was awesome. Nicely done.
Oh, man. Stick around. These strong guys again tomorrow. Good Morning America is up next. We leave you with this.